Hello students, this question is from humidity, relative humidity question. I know like everyone believe that humidity question is quite a very difficult question, right? I know that. But if you believe that you have practiced theories and all that, if you are ready for this question, I hope you have studied past paper questions. In the past papers, we get at least one question. We get one question from relative humidity in our MCQ paper. So we have to practice that. If you are ready for that now, I hope you have completed heat theories, and if you have completed relative humidity theories, then you should be able to do this question. But this question is hard. So if you have practiced really well the theories, this is your ultimate test. If you are able to do this question, that means you are great. If you find this is really easy, perfect. Let's try this question. Don't worry, it's a bit of a difficult type of question. Try to get through it, at least try to understand it. Then if you couldn't do the question, just follow through the guide. You'll get to know something for sure. Alright students, I hope now you have tried the question. If you haven't tried, actually you should try these type of questions. Actually there's a bit of a closer question from past papers actually for this. If you have tried at least that question, you might get a hint. But anyway, let's try the question now. Right, here the main theory they are telling us is this. So when they are telling us the theories, actually we have to write them down. So basically the first theory they are telling the relative humidities are given, x, y and z. These values are given. So let's write it down. X is for A, right? Right. And Y for B and Z for C, right? And to use relative humidity, basically the basic question they are asking us mass, right? So to write relative humidity, I am using the relative humidity mass equation. Remember students, there are four equations to find relative humidity. So I am using this equation. This is the equation I am going to use. That's M mass, current vapor mass, divided by saturated vapor mass within that enclosed area into 100, right? That is relative humidity. This is the equation I'm going to use here. There are three other equations, remember that. Let's get into the question again. So if I'm using that equation, I'm going to use it here. So x% means MA, the mass in this, right, divided by saturated, the amount that is needed to saturate A, right, into 100. From that I get x. Again for B, MB over MS into 100, I get y. At the same time, MC divided by MS into 100, I'm getting Z. So let's, if I subject MA equals x MS over 100. At the same time, MB y MS over 100 and MC equals Z MS over 100, right? So first, when you are doing the question, actually take a look at the MCQ answers. So there are three answers where we have x, y, z, and there are two answers where we have only y. Right, I'm going to use the other data that is given. And of course, at the beginning of the question I have mentioned here, the volume of 1 we have to take it as V. Actually that is not given in the question, but I have mentioned at the beginning of the question here, right? So if one volume we have to take it as V. Then the other data that is given for us is this S value. What is S? Absolute humidity. Absolute humidity is mass divided by volume, right? So if I write the absolute humidity for B, that's MB divided by volume, right? Yeah, volume. That has to be, that is equal to S. So MB equals Vs. We can use this equation here. YMS over 100 equals, that's MB, equals V into, here ms means saturated mass, remember that, V into S, right? We need this, right? One of the equation that, alright, from the data. The last data, Y%. Once all these are opened, the relative humidity is Y. So we have to write down that data as well, right? Let's write it down. So that means this Y means is after adding all the total mass. Total mass is MA plus MB plus MC, right? So MA plus MB plus MC divided by total mass that it needed to saturate is 3 ms into 100, we get Y, right? We are using this equation to get to our final answer, right? Right, we are getting closer to our answer now. Right, they are asking what's the amount that is needed to saturate. So saturated amount is 3 ms total saturated minus the amount that we have now, that means MA plus MB plus MC. So we have to subtract this one from this, right? So to find MA plus MB plus MC from Y or XYZ, that's our thing, right? So I'm going to use this data here, right? So MA is basically this. So what I can write is X ms over 100 plus, for MB I'm writing Y ms over 100 plus, for MC I'm writing Z ms over 100, that divided by 3 ms, 3 into ms into 100, that's Y, right? Okay, let's do the simplification, multiplied by 100 and ms cancel. I hope you can see all these things. So finally what we are getting, X plus Y plus Z over 3 equals Y, right? From this actually I can find a connection between Y and Z. So because there are two equations, two answers where only Y is present. So from this I can get 3Y equals X plus Z 3 and plus Y, right? So basically I am getting 2Y equals X plus Z. So I'm going to use it here, right? So 2Y equals X plus Z. That's helpful when we are doing this question, right? So finally we got Y, yes. Alright, we are getting closer to the answer now. The saturated mass ms equals 100 into V into S divided by Y, right? So in the question they're asking what's total saturated mass minus MA plus MB plus MC, that's the remaining mass, right? Here 3 ms I can write it down as this. Let's take some space here, right? So it's 300 Vs divided by Y, right? Now what we have to do is we have to get the rest of the mass. Rest of the mass is this values that are here, X plus Y is Z, right? So from that actually we have found a connection here is this. Let's write it X ms 100 plus Y ms 100 plus Z ms 100. You can see Y ms over 100 is Vs, and we can write them, we can add these two like this, X ms 100 plus Y Z ms over 100. Now we have added these two plus Y, right? Yeah, it's Vs. X plus Y Let's do simplification first. Right, now we have space to write it down. Right, x, let's simplify it a bit more. This one, right, I'll take ms over 100 out, and inside we get x plus z plus finally we get vs. X plus z we have proved here is 2y, so we can write it as 2y ms over 100 plus vs. Again from the previous equations here, y ms over 100 is vs, so y ms over 100 is vs, so it's we have 2 vs here plus vs, so we get 3 vs. So this is the amount remaining mass, the amount we have once we added ma plus mb and mc, that's 3 vs. So this is the amount that is needed to saturate, that's 300 vs over y, so minus we get 3 vs. So what we can do is we can take out 3 vs out, that's common, right? So 3 vs common, so inside we get 100 over y minus 1, 1 2 3, yeah, first answer. All right, I hope you have tried the question now, and if you could get the answer, that's perfect. Yeah, I know it's difficult, but yeah, remember that I have to take theories from so many places. Practice, friends, practice makes it permanent. So practice question, it's worth, because you will get 1 mark out of 50, out of 100 actually. So that's the thing. So we have to pick each and every mark out of the syllabus, so we have to practice for sure.